In this video, we're going to be beefing up Claude Code with a repository I just found and was shared by multiple friends from around the internet called Claude Flow. And Claude Flow is going to help make Claude Code be a bit more agentic and is going to build a nice solid foundation for our project. We've been working in Bolt.new for the start of our project. If you go back and look at the series, our first 10 days was built on Bolt, which was great, built a lot of the frameworks and the elements that we were looking for. Then we moved into Claude Code and started playing around. Things were breaking a lot less, and we were making a lot of progress. But now we're at a point to where we're going to start connecting a lot of back-end APIs and start pushing out a lot of our listings created on our app to go live on eBay. And I thought, why not just plug in Claude Flow to take over the project, essentially. Built-in MCPs, built-in markdown files. It's going to plug and play and get right ready with the project we already have. And it's going to be updated with our current status on where we're at. And I thought, why not just make a video and just go over step by step. If you are struggling with Claude Code and maybe you're running into persistent errors or filling up the context window too quickly and just having a hard time working around, trying to figure out everything, I feel like can be at least the next step for a lot of beginners to kind of build that groundwork and framework to build the project that they want to build without having to learn everything that's out there. So I'm going to be walking through step by step on this process. What exactly in the heck is Claude Flow? Well, here it is. Here's the repository, and I just want to give you a brief overview. Basically, this is going to allow us to build more of an agentic AI system that's going to help with our project at easyflip.ai. If you are new to the channel, and many of you are, we are working on basically an AI lister for Poshmark, platforms like Poshmark, eBay, Mercari, OfferUp, Facebook Marketplace, really because I'm already involved in that niche, and this is something that's been in demand in this niche for quite some time, literally just cutting time off the listing process. People just want to snap a photo and hit list, and that's it, and have AI do the analysis and everything. So that's where we're at in this project. We're very close to launch. Probably within 30 days, we are launching this to our beta testers, but we need a little juice. We need a little sauce in our system, and we made so much progress up until about now when we really started to learn more about MCPs, Model Context Protocol. We won't get into it, but it's basically just AI agents with tools. And these tools are going to allow you to speed up your workflow and to get things done. So Claude Flow, mentioned by a couple friends that this has helped them, and there's not a ton of YouTube videos about it, but it allows you to work in parallel. So agents can get things done in parallel instead of just doing one task at a time. It's going to have a hive mind intelligence, neural networks, 27 cognitive models, with WASM and SIMD acceleration. Don't ask me what that is. And 87 MCP tools. Also has SQLite memory system, which is going to allow us to have the agents remember and get tasks done in an orderly fashion. So really cool. Like, this is intense, and it gets my juices flowing, and I hope it does for you as well if you're struggling right now with figuring out how to do Claude Code and how to work it and how to optimize it and how to make it better. This is cool because I want to walk you through step by step, and I went to my project within Claude because I have, it kind of be able to kind of guide me through the process. And I just was straight up, I was a little scared. I don't want to install this in my project folders and have it destroy everything. So I just was straight up, I'm going to be installing this with our current project. Give me your thoughts. I want to come up with our first prompt to give Claude Flow about connecting our backend to start launching live listings on eBay. We are ready. And I want to tell them to look at the Task Manager MD file to take note of where we're at in this project to help me list items on eBay. I'm ready for that step now. It just brought me a lot more clarity on what to do. So looking at Claude Flow, this is an incredibly powerful system for AI orchestration, perfect for your AI listing app project. The 87 MCP tools, HiveMind Intelligence, and GitHub integration could really accelerate your development. So it just goes through the step-by-step process, and then I was just straight up like, should I just copy paste the entire GitHub page into Claude Code and say, install this for me? And it said, yes, that's actually a smart and efficient approach. Instead of manually figuring out the installation steps, which they don't look to be too complicated, but I want the easy button here, right? You can leverage Claude Code's capabilities, and here's what I recommend. So it has two options. Option one, they're both relatively the same. Paste the entire GitHub README into Claude Code and say, install and set up Claude Flow for my project, follow the installation guide, configure the MCP integrations and verify everything's working. Make sure the hooks and system are properly configured with our AI listing app development. I am fired up. This stuff gets me fired up, y'all. I love this type of stuff, especially like when it comes to building our project, but I know it's going to help you as well because we're going to be doing it together. I have not installed this before. So why this approach works. Claude Code is designed for this. It excels at reading documentation and executing installation procedures. Complex setup. Claude Flow has many moving parts, MCP servers, hooks, SQLite, neural systems. Let Claude Code handle the complexity. Project context. Claude Code configure it specifically for your AI listing app rather than a generic setup, which I feel is like what we have right now. Like we've built out sub-agents. We've had Claude Code built out sub-agents. We've had Claude Code do a lot of the work, but I feel like we're missing something. Something like agents with tools, right? MCPs, and this is going to allow us to kind of just speed things up, and I'm excited to see how it works. So, error handling. If issues arise during the installation, Claude Code can troubleshoot and fix them immediately. Integration testing. Claude Code can verify that Claude Flow is properly integrated and ready for your eBay project. This saves you time with figuring out the setup details and ensures you get a proper project optimized installation. Amazing. So let's see. And then I was just straight up, do you think that by adding Claude Flow will help with our project? If so, how? I feel like just doing Claude Code without some of these amazing features like MCP, we're kind of missing out on a lot of Claude Code has to offer. I saw other people using Claude Flow to help build a good solid foundation. And it says, absolutely, Claude Flow will significantly enhance your AI listing project. Here's how exactly will accelerate your development. I just wanted to give you some foreshadowing as to why I'm doing this, what Claude Flow does, and how it's going to pertain to our project, and then walk you through the steps. It's important to understand what we are exactly doing before we get into the process, but I just wanted to give you kind of like a ballpark view of what we're doing, why are we doing it, and what the heck is Claude Flow? So multi-agent specialization for complex tasks. There's an architect agent that designs your eBay API integration architecture, a coder agent, a tester agent, a security agent. This means parallel development instead of a sequential, multiple agents working simultaneously on different aspects. 87 MCP tools, supercharged capabilities. Your current Claude Code is like having a scaled developer. Claude Flow gives you API integration tools, database tools, GitHub integration, neural learning, memory system, real world project benefits. I mean, for your full app, it's going to create a faster MVP, better architecture, reduced errors, scalable foundation. Why you're missing out with it? Claude Code alone is like having one senior developer. Claude Flow is like having an entire specialized team. Perfect timing for your project. You're at an ideal stage. Our backend is ready. AI recognition is working. Ready for marketplace integration. Claude Flow excels at complex integrations, multi-platform coordination, production-ready systems. Oh my goodness, I'm fired up. So this is just plug and play with our current system. It says Claude Flow is designed to be completely non-destructive and integrate seamlessly with your existing project. So if you are maybe having a project right now and you're starting to figure it out and you really don't know what MCPs to use and you don't know what repositories to be plugging in, you don't know what web scrapers to be using, I would just say, hey, start off with Claude Flow because you don't know where it's going to take you, and at least it's a good start instead of figuring it out by yourself, right? So Claude Flow supercharges your existing Claude Code setup. I love it. So we're going to be walking through this process and going through it. We're just going to take the advice of what it's telling us to do. So it says installation safety, reads your existing Claude settings JSON, adds MCP server configurations, preserves all existing settings, and then it tests everything that it works together. Your existing Claude Code workflows will work exactly the same, just with expanded capabilities. Install it with confidence. in the worst case scenario, which is extremely unlikely, you could simply remove the Cloudflow directory and your project returns to exactly where it was. All right, so let's go ahead and get this thing fired up. And then we're going to go right into Claude Code. I just am using it within I'm just using it within Cursor. So let's just exit out of there. Let's see. All right. So now that we got that all set up, we are going to just open Claude, and we're going to tell it to do its thing. So we're going to copy paste. I want to install Cloudflow version 2.0 alpha, and we're going to get the README file. Just copy paste this thing. Get everything. Claude, paste README. Probably going to take a minute. All right, and let it cook. I'll help you install and configure Cloudflow Alpha for your AI listing app project. Let me break this down into manageable steps. I have to say, from not using Claude Code 7 days ago to where we're at now, with no experience, has been a very easy to learn skill. I don't know about you, but for me, being able to like work with Claude in my projects folder and then go into Claude Code and to be able to just ask questions back and forth has been really helpful, really easy, and easy for me to learn and implement. So I want to just take videos like this and just be really raw and real and walk you through the process. And it's not as intimidating as it looks from the outside in. And once you start to pick up some of these concepts, it makes it just a little bit easier to understand. So we're just going to have it proceed, check Node.js and NPM versions. It's going to install Claude Code globally, if not already installed. We are already installed. This is not found. Interesting. Let's initialize Cloudflow with the alpha version and enhanced MCP setup. It's going to configure hooks for the system, initialize Cloudflow for the AI listing app project, test Hive Mind and Swarm functionality, verify MCP server integration. Comment down below if you've used Cloudflow. Where are you at? What are your thoughts? What do you think of it? I know what I've read also too is, don't think of this as like an end-all be-all. There's still going to be bugs. There's still going to be errors, but it's going to be putting you a lot further ahead in your project than without something like that. Next step is initialize Cloudflow for the AI listing app project. I'm just going to go yes. And I will say this again, if you are not using Claude projects for the things that you want to build, I feel like you're missing out because you can basically give it your product requirement documents, your vision for the project that you're trying to build, and have it just a seamless conversation. And for me, coming from no coding experience, no development experience, it was really helpful for me. So I highly recommend that, to just be asking questions, be a lifelong learner. And things are changing all the time, and I just love learning this stuff. This is why we're putting this stuff on YouTube, because, just walking you through the process is going to give you the confidence that you need to build the idea that you want to build. So it's going through it. I was just kind of curious. I knew I wanted to install this, but I also wanted to get, more context, more information. Will this destroy my project? What is going to be the benefit of installing Cloudflow? And just by reading through a few of these paragraphs, I'm like, yeah, this is a no-brainer. And if I don't do it, probably going to regret it. So as it's going through the installation process, it's just going through all the tasks that it has assigned. And I'm excited to at least see and try out a few of these features on our current project just to make it better. And if you haven't seen our current project, we are at easyflip.ai, which was initially birthed from ideabrowser.com. And why it resonated with me so much is because we're already involved in the niche. I come from a reselling background. We sell new and pre-owned clothing on eBay and Whatnot, which is a live selling platform. And we've been doing that for the last few years. So we already know the avatar. We already know the struggles and the problems within the industry. Number one being that no one wants to spend time listing items, especially manually. So having this AI integration with GPT Vision to be able to analyze the photos and create solid keywords and titles and fill out the item specifics and the description in the listings is going to cut down a lot of the time it takes versus not having some type of AI workflow. So that's why we built this. We know the struggle is real, especially for a lot of people that are new getting into reselling. This is going to make it just super easy. It's going to allow you to save so much of your time. And a lot of people used to pay, I mean, still do pay $1 per listing created and outsourcing that to like a virtual assistant. So this is going to be something like where maybe 25 to 50 cents per listing, and it's going to be doing much better job than hiring a VA out and someone you need to train. So this is why I'm fired up for it. Really cool, really simple. We have a lot of it. We are about like 75% of the way there. We need to dial in a little bit more on the vision model, but now I want to start launching some of these listings on eBay. That is what we're ready for, and we're ready to start cooking with that. So let's see, it's still doing its thing. All right, so it's cooking. Now it just says, let me check if the MCP servers are configured correctly in the user Claude's configuration. All right, so didn't take more than just a few minutes. Claude Flow has been successfully installed and configured for your AI listing app project. Here's what's been set up. So Claude Flow with full hive mind and neural features, MCP servers, hook system is all ready to go, memory system, agent system, 64 specialized agents in Claude agents, Spark integration. So cool. Project context stored, AI powered eBay listings architecture, quick commands. Okay. For quick tasks, use swarm command. For complex features, use hive mind spawn with persistent sessions. Always batch operations in single messages. You check Claude MD for concurrent execution patterns and agent coordination. The system is ready. You can now leverage the full. I mean, that was pretty easy. So let's give it some juice. Let's go back to the, okay, I think I'm just going to copy paste this whole thing. So this is the prompt that I want it to do. Connect backend to eBay API for automated live listings. Like, I'm ready. Let's do it. So let's go back to, I just copied that and pasted it in. I wonder if I should delete. I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to copy the first prompt, go in, paste that in, and next we're going to, there we go, see what happens. I'll help you implement eBay live listing functionality for your AI-powered listing app. Let me first review your task manager to understand your current project state, then spawn a hive mind session to coordinate the implementation. Boom, I love hearing that. Excellent, I can see that I have a solid foundation with eBay API integration, AI photo recognition, Supabase, SKU management. The key missing piece is connecting your backend to eBay for actual live listing creation. Let me spawn a hive mind session to coordinate this implementation. Wow, this is cool. So it's going to analyze existing eBay API code to identify gaps, review current FOD processing and AI analysis workflow. Wow. Okay, this is crazy. I would say it's been working for about 5 minutes now, and it's doing its thing. Don't really know what else to say. No errors have popped up, so that's a good sign. Let's have some fun and go back into Claude projects, and let's just ask Claude what are some other things we could do with Claude Flow. What are some other things or prompts that we could give Claude Flow to finish our project? I want to be able to be listing live on eBay. I want it to finish our AI reseller coach. I also want people to connect their eBay account to our platform so they can analyze their data. There's a lot of other things I want to do, but can you help me out as far as next steps on what we could get Claude Code to do? It's already connecting the eBay API so we could start launching listings live. It's working on that now, but what are some other ideas? And by the way, if you're not using WhisperFlow by now, what are you doing? What are you doing? WhisperFlow, holy smokes. You just hit a button on your keyboard. What is this thing even? What is this? I mean, in 2026, you're not even going to know what this is. It's going to be historic. You remember floppy disks? Well, this is going to be just like that. You just hit F1 and you talk, and it's amazing. WhisperFlow. It's not sponsored, but I just recommend that you use it, especially if you're building AI applications. I might have broken my keyboard. All right, so it just finished it, and I'd say it took about 5 minutes to complete this, which is pretty incredible. Where did it go? Pretty crazy. So, it did it, and now we're going to be testing it in our Netlify development server first to see how it all runs and works. But it says it got it all done, so we're going to check it out. We want to connect to our eBay account. Let's see how far it actually got in this process. Okay, cool. So it is all set up on our local server, and let's just go through it. Like, let's just see what happens. What are we doing? All right, I normally run this in an incognito browser on Chrome because it usually messes up half the time. Let's just see. Let's give it a go. See what. All right, saved into our account. Let's go and generate some listings. Well, what does it say to do specifically? It says navigate to listing preview with an item and then connect eBay account. All right, so let's just do that. I already have multiple things that are in the dashboard, and that's why we use an incognito browser for now. Let's just do this. So that's number 55, assign SKU, generate listings. Where is jacket? Right here. And we've gotten a long way with the vision model. It's able to do much better than when we first started. When we were first generating these listings, it was just coming up with like men's t-shirt blue. And I was like, we need much more than that. So now you can see here it's able to correctly go with the proper structure recommended by eBay, which is brand, item, gender, size, keywords, up to 80 characters, and we're getting that now. So the Eddie Bauer jacket, extra large, black versatile coat layer, small puffer. Probably not the best, but let's go ahead and see. That all looks good. eBay publishing will be ready soon. What about inventory? This. So there's still some things missing. Let's see what it's talking about. eBay account. Let's see if this actually works. Wouldn't that be amazing? Let's see what's going on in the developer console here. Failed to load. Probably just going to end up copy and pasting all of this. There's a lot. There was a thing, and I don't even know if it's within Claude Flow, but I got tired of copy pasting every single console log into Claude Code and saying fix this. Let's see if we could just go back to Claude Code and just say it's stuck on connecting my eBay account. So when I select connect eBay account, it just gets stuck. I don't know what's happening. Now it's real stuck. So get those logs, some of them, give it all. Okay. Let me check the server logs. The issue might be in the front end. Found the issue. Okay, cool. It's definitely just seems like it's better. It just seems like it's better. I don't know. For some reason, when the hat doesn't have more than 3 weeks of experience doing this stuff, it just seems like it's better. So now let's test the OAuth button again. The issue was trying to connect to port 888. And so the actual Netlify dev server fixed. All right. 57232. So local host. I'm going to do this. All right, back into it. Create listing, connect eBay account. Error ID temporary unavailable. Authorization server is currently unable to handle the requests. Okay, so let's just take this. I get this error when I click on connect eBay account. Not saying we wouldn't encounter errors, right? I was not expecting it to work on the first try, but still, I wanted to switch to the production model anyways, because you get a sandbox model and a production model, and I'm ready. Like, I'm ready to be productive and produce and go into production. Let's do it. What are we waiting for? No more sandbox. We're ready for the real thing. What are we waiting for? I'm ready. Let's start launching these listings. All right, it says now try and connect eBay account again. This should work much better. The production eBay OAuth servers are more reliable than the sandbox. So it says you use your real login. Okay, let's go for it. All right, let's pick this back again with the jacket. Use that price, create listing, connect eBay account. Same error, 55268. Yeah, we're on the right one. eBay's OAuth servers are having issues today. Let's use the mock authentication to test the listing creation flow instead. This is actually common during development. Many developers use mock auth for initial testing. Okay, whatever. Why can't we just get it to work right now? All right. All right, so you can see mock eBay connection. I was hoping we would just get it to work. It's having a hard time with this as well. Copy paste that. Is there any way we could just get it to work? I don't think the mock eBay connection is working anyways. Was really hoping to start listing items on eBay today. Just being real. Just being real. That's what I want. I don't want any fake stuff. I just want it to work. Get it to work. Let's go. It says they're frustrated that we haven't been able to get the real OAuth working. Let me think about what we could do that's causing the errors. Absolutely. Let's get this working for real. The OAuth issues are likely temporary eBay server problems. Yeah, I know. Come on. Let me try a direct approach. Yeah, I don't know. I've modified the auth button to bypass our function entirely and go directly to eBay with the full scope needed for listing creation. This includes all the cell scopes needed for creating listings. But wait, there's more. There might be an issue with the redirect URL or URI. eBay requires that the redirect URI be registered in their developer console. Let me check. Actually, let me also check what redirects URIs are configured in the eBay app. The user might need to configure this in their developer account. All right, this is just doing stuff. Thinking. Now I've given the user 3 options to get connected. Okay. It says try the direct OAuth approach first, but if it fails, the manual token method will definitely work and get you listing within 5 minutes. All right, let's try the first one. All right, moment of truth. Let's see if it works. All right, so go back. And it says there's another option here, manual token entry, get an access token from your eBay dev console and enter it below. So let's go do that and click user tokens and get a user token. Let's try that. All right, so now we have the user access token, so we could see if that works and test it out. All right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open the developer console, copy paste every single thing. Do this, paste, Claude. I tried the first 2 options and it still didn't work. Okay, it says we can work without the OAuth, which is interesting. I don't know how that's going to work, but we can just post it to the platform and it will work without authentication. You will get a mock listing URL for testing. Well, let's just see if that works. I just saw on my developer account, it says I have no redirect URLs. I wonder if that's what's causing the problem. Let me ask. I just signed into my eBay developer program and I noticed I do not have a eBay redirect URL set up. Should I set one up? Is that why it's not working? That's exactly why it's not working. The OAuth redirect URL is critical for eBay authentication. Without it configured, nothing will work. Let's fix this right now. Select Easy Flip application, redirect URL. Use this. Okay. The redirect URL tells eBay where to send the user after they authorize your app. Without it, eBay blocks the OAuth flow entirely, and that's why we got the temporary unavailable error. Set up the redirect URL now, and then try the OAuth flow again in a few minutes. This is a super common issue that catches everyone the first time. Once you add the redirect URL, the OAuth should work perfectly. I mean, that just makes sense, right? Okay, it did it. Let's see. Sometimes when you just don't know, I just take a screenshot of this and I just tell Claude what should I fill out and where. I found that to be pretty helpful. It said that I was in auth when I should be in OAuth. Okay, save. There we go. All right, we're giving it another try. Error. Let's see. In there. All right, so after that it says we need to use the RU name instead of the redirect URI. So I guess it's doing that. I'm sure I'm pretty... Oh, yep, it's compacting the conversation. So I probably should have... It's just, once you fill up the context window, I think that it gets a little bit harder to finish intense tasks just like this. So let's see what happens. I might need to just save our progress and then restart where we left off. Can you please make that change in your eBay developer console and test the connection again? Okay, I just did that actually, so we need to fix that. Yes, I had it in auth and auth, and I just switched it to OAuth. Please see the 2 photos. All right, so we fixed a few things, and we'll see what happens. So it supposedly changed the flow. Click connect eBay account. It calls netlify function, redirects to eBay OAuth page, eBay authorizes, eBay redirects to callback function, exchanges code for token, callback stores the token, and redirects back to the app. Okay, let's try it. Giving it another try. We're back. Trying it again. Take 5,000. Let's see what happens. Error. It said try doing it with the manual token entry again, so we're trying that again. All right. It said we can input the token and we'll be redirected to the proper page since it was just stuck on a spinning wheel. eBay token connected successfully. At least we're making progress. Post to 2 platforms. Listing posted successfully. View on eBay. Looks like it's not there because we're not actually connected. But we made progress. Okay, so let me go to Claude. Well, I think we made a little bit of progress. I entered the manual token and it connected successfully, and I posted to 2 platforms. But I just really want this to actually work. I want to connect my eBay account and I want to post them to live listings. Just don't know why it's not working. All right, so after a few minutes messing around, we want to see if this thing actually works. View on eBay, listing, do these, create listing, eBay config is not defined, 12, copy paste this into Claude. And what did it say? eBay config not defined. It says eBay config is not defined after I click connect eBay account. All right, again, supposedly it's supposed to work this time. That's what they said last time. We'll see. After kind of learning this the hard way, I noticed that one letter was wrong when it was updating the functions for the OAuth. So pretty sure that was causing all the errors. So let's go ahead and try again. This happened actually a couple weeks ago when we were setting up our Supabase. The secret key was off by 1. So say what you will about AI. I love it. It's great. But it's not perfect. So we'll mess up from time to time. And maybe just something for you to check on your end. So let's get this going and see what happens. All right, we're going through it again. Create listing, connect to eBay. Is production not defined? Okay, well, something different at least. I don't know if we're making progress or backtracking, but something different is better than the same thing happening over and over again. So again, I just take these console codes, put it into Claude Code, and I will just tell it. When I click connect eBay account button, it says is production is not defined, and I have copy pasted the console logs. I guess one thing I should say here too is if you get mad about things not working and breaking and bugs happening and going through constant errors like we have for most of this video, maybe this isn't for you. Because you are going to be facing things just like this, but there's no better feeling than overcoming an error or a bug or a problem that you're working on, even for days, and you overcome it and you solve it. I don't think there's any bigger dopamine rush legally that would be something like that, you know? And it's just really satisfying to solve these errors and issues. And my whole goal, I woke up this morning with the goal of let's list something on eBay today. And I was hoping to install the Claude Flow and get this thing working. And we're going to keep trying, but just don't expect to not come up with errors and problems when you're getting into this. Maybe you're looking from the outside in and you're wanting to get going. Just be ready for things to go wrong. And that's just how it works. You know, don't think as like vibe coding as the end-all solution to your problems and taking the easy way out. There's still going to be some things that happen that you do need to learn to be able to overcome these problems. So that's why I wanted to show that it's not all easy street. It says it resolved it. Oh my, I'm going to cry. I don't know what that means exactly, but we made a step in its progress. So let me tell Claude, actually, you know what I'm going to do? Just going to screenshot this page and tell Claude. We have made major progress. After connecting to eBay, it takes me to this page, see screenshot, but now I don't know what to do. Isn't it supposed to redirect me back to the app and successfully list the item to eBay? I don't understand. All right, it's telling us we need a new access authorization code after we create the listing and give that to Claude to do. Oh, what? Who? What? It worked. Oh my goodness. Let's log in. Holy moly. It freaking worked. Let's go back into Claude and tell them. So something interesting happened. I clicked connect eBay account and it actually brought me to the login credentials page. I put in my credentials, logged into my eBay account, and I was met with sign in successful. Here is the authorization code that was just generated. We're making progress, Claude. Boom. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. And we've only really been working on this. I know there's going to be edits, but seriously, for like maybe 3-4 hours, that's not bad. Not bad for me, but maybe a seasoned vet can get this done in like, but hey, for me, I'm feeling pretty good. Claude says, we did it. The token exchange was successful. I can see we now have access tokens, refresh tokens, expires in 2 hours. Let me update my to-do and save these tokens in your browser local storage so your app can use them. This is cool. This is cool. And you saw us install Claude Flow, and I really do believe it is much more beefier and able to solve problems. We've had to auto-compact the convo. I probably should have saved our progress, cleared the console, and started again. But there was just a few little mistakes that we just had to correct. That was it. And it could have been our fault as well. So, really cool, really cool. This is amazing, y'all. And I want to walk you through the process. Maybe you're going through some things with Claude right now that are things that I was struggling with, errors, bugs, not getting it to do exactly what you want it to do. I'll leave a link to Claude Flow down below. Download it, give it a try, and see how it can work for your workflow. And we'll see you in the next one. Be blessed.